David coming?
I don't know.
Coach Crutchfield here with Dave Dennis and Devin Hearn. Coach, if you could just start us out with your thoughts on the incredible game today.
It's just tough to lose. It's just tough to lose a tough game like that. Obviously, proud of my team. They play really hard, and sometimes basketball games come down to whatever, a tenth of a second, or a bank shot in the corner, or a rebound you try to secure, didn't quite get to top a jump ball. After 45 minutes of playing, sometimes the game comes down to that, and that's what happened today. It's a tough loss.
Yeah, what are your emotions like at the end? You think you've won, and then they tell you haven't?
I think I was probably not 100% sure we had won to start with, because if this was a regular season game, can't go to the monitor. Bucket's good, game's over. But in regional play, we've been there before. You do go to the monitor, and I asked a couple people there. They said they thought it was good. I asked Gross. He said it wasn't sure. David said he thought maybe it wasn't. One guy said he definitely was. So I thought it's in question. So I was happy to see the ball go in, but the minute I looked at the clock, the referee say we're going to take a look at the monitor. It's in question. And then you get the bad news. I know for the players, probably more for them because they were excited, thought we'd won the game. I don't think I was ever 100% sold on the fact that we'd won it, and I thought we'd go to the monitor to look at it.
You come in here, you don't have Brady, you lose Dan early, and yet here you are with a chance to win in the last seconds.
We're not going away, and these guys. I think it's part of being a West Liberty player. We just Dan was gone, and obviously it hurts. He's a great player, and Arnold is someone who's played in like 90 consecutive games for us. If there's any adjustment had to be made, we played Brady Arnold in 90 consecutive games in the same role, coming off the bench and sparking. So all of a sudden, there's an adjustment that has to be made, and we miss those guys. But yet, I feel like we've always been next man up. We're not about so much individuals as we are a system. And, guys like David and Devin, if they need to shoulder more weight, they can. You look at the box, wait a second, they both come up with 30 because they do what they have to do to win. So those are tough losses, but I certainly expect us to be in the game.
Guys, talk about having to step up with Dan out with hamstring. Is that what
He tore his hamstring, yeah.
Not that you guys haven't ever stepped up before because you do constantly, but I just really thought you two put this team on your back.
It's a team game. They're with us. They got us the shots that we needed to get. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have been able to get the shots that we got off. They gave us lanes to attack and then driving kicks.
We just knew we just had to be aggressive, and losing Dan, obviously the big piece. It's very small conference, so we just knew we had to be aggressive, and players got us to where we needed to be, and the floor was spaced, and we got to the rim and made free throws, and it sucks we didn't come out on top.
Coach, what did you have drawn up, whatever you're trying to get there at the end of regulation?
We'd ran one play a couple times with an inside handoff, and figured they'd be looking for it. We took those guys and put them quickly to the outside, and actually they did chase. They chased those guys out, and we're looking to give David as much room to penetrate. He was having success getting to the rim, and anybody that helps, look to kick it to him and get him a clean look at a shot. And I'm sure they got a hand either on the ball or his wrist. Looked like his wrist to me, but they're not asking me about calls, so it didn't make a difference. But I think, David got himself in the gut in a position to kick out for a clean look. We weren't going to get to the rim, but probably going to get a clean look from the perimeter in regulation is what it's going to be. I was actually kind of hoping that they would chase enough that he might get to the basket. I could see they collapsed, and Gross was in the left corner, set up open looking for a shot, and they got a hand on the wrist, and we didn't get a shot off.
Curious as to the thought process heading into overtime. Obviously, they missed the layup there. You kind of feel like maybe, you bought another one, but at the same time you're down 2 of your guys, and you're in deep foul trouble.
Yeah.
It kind of had the feeling it was going to be a war of attrition.
Could be, and but again, we have guys that you don't see play very often that have put in the game. We expect them to play well. I know it sounds crazy, but even we had 2 guys that didn't play, Eric Moniger and Tyler Primer. If they win the game, I expect them to play well, and they're very confident because I see them every day in practice. They're ready to go. But yeah, I know we had lost 2 guys to injury, a couple guys to foul trouble, which is gonna hurt. But the obvious thing is you do what you have to do, and it wasn't like when our leading scorer Dan Monterosa went out and no one was like, oh my God, what are we gonna do now? We know what we're gonna do, and yeah, it showed a little more of the load, and I did talk to David a little bit about, you're gonna have to get in gaps a little bit more. We're gonna need you to do just a little bit more here, and these guys are smart enough to know that doesn't mean go crazy, but they know how to accept a little bit more responsibility, and that's kind of what they did. So, even though we were in foul trouble and we were losing players, I never felt like I was afraid to go another overtime.
Devin, even though this is so fresh, can you reflect on just a great career, national title game, multiple Final Fours? What has it meant for you to play here?
A blessing. That's really all I can say. I mean, not a lot of people get to experience what I went through, and I thank Coach for that, for giving me the chance to play for him. And I mean, like I said, it's just a blessing. Like I said, I mean, a lot of people would like to be in my shoes and make it to the NCAA championship, like you said, and back-to-back Elite Eights and Final Fours. But overall, it's just been a blessing.
What's this class meant to you, Jim, in the program?
It's sometimes it's as much personal as it is basketball. It's just it's tough. It's tough to see guys go. Devin and Gross and Kirk, they're the type of guys that make future players proud to wear the jersey. And we do take pride in our program, and guys care, and that's why it hurts to lose like this. And it's a double-edged sword. If we didn't care so much, I don't think we'd win as much. But we do care, and these are guys that give everything they have, just not in a game like this, but every day, in practice and out of practice and everything they do. But for Gross and Kirk and Devin, it's just personally hard to see them go, because for me, it's like a dream come true for a coach to have guys you can get on them, make them do whatever, and they just keep coming back saying, we're right here for you, Coach. It means a lot. It just means a lot.
Along the same lines, can you share what your message was in the locker room afterwards?
Oh, we just sitting there and feel horrible more than anything. And it's about how proud we are to be who we are. And we talk about these 3 seniors. And it's hard because the guys know it's the last time they're going to be on the court with them. So we don't talk about the game. That part's over, or the last shot, or anything else. That's over in history. Now it's just about us, and it's more personal about the guys that are graduating and what we mean to each other. And I know we'll have to just lick our wounds and go home.
All right, guys, I think that'll do it.
Thanks.
Thank you.